You hate to ever invoke the four letters of BKFC, especially when talking about your boy, Iwan the whole Cutelaba, but it's been pretty rough recently. I mean, he's only won one of his last six fights. The last time we saw him most recently was against Johnny Walker. He got submitted. Johnny Walker is back, getting that first round finish like he is destined to do. And before that, he lost to Ryan Superman Spann. Gotta give him his credit, though. He was looking good up until he just ran into that YOLO guillotine from Ryan Spann and simply got caught up against the cage in the worst possible position. And it's two straight quick losses, but you do gotta love how Ion Cutelaba was always down to fight, right? I mean, both these fights were pretty recent. One's in September, the other in May. He's trying to stay active. It'd be already his third fight this year, and he did pick up a win last year. It's his most recent one against Devin the Brown Bear Clark, but beyond that, we remember the Mago meat finishes, and it's just been kind of rough lately. So I'm curious to get your take as to, do you think he's good enough to take out Kennedy Nzechukwu, who is coming off a nice recent win? He took out Carl Roberson, and you got to believe that Carl Roberson is more suited for 85, but nonetheless, Nzechukwu did what he needed to do against him, got those elbow finishes in the third round, so a good impressive showing from Kennedy, and was good to see, because before that he had lost two straight. He got smoked by Da Un Jung, got finished, and then lost that close, controversial decision, split decision to Nikolai Nigu Mariano, who we obviously meat locked against last week, and that was successful. So, what are your thoughts on this one? I feel like it's the UFC saying, "Yo, Ion Cutelaba, we love the energy, we love the hype, we love the antics that you bring at the weigh-in show and throughout all your media obligations. Here is a winnable fight, and if he can't get this one done, I mean, is he off to BKFC? Who are you taking?"
Yeah, no, this is a funny, great fight. I mean, Battle of the Bombs. The African Savage definitely been looking better because he's coming off on a win. While the Hulk, he's looking more, less hulkish than usual. But he's 28. He's so young. It's kind of crazy because he looks like a 45-year-old man. Um, but I think I gotta take him. I like the odds that he's the underdog. I like how big of a savage he is, and I'm hoping that he can take down the African savage and smash him first round. If it gets to the second or third round, Cutelaba is so done. He has zero gas tank. We saw that in the Jacoby fight, and yeah, this is going to be a funny fight. So either Kutulaba's getting knocked out going to BKFC, or he gets a ground and pound finish round one and keeps the contract going.
Yeah, one could hope for sure. And you described him as a savage, but I mean, you also touched on it. Kenny Nzechukwu is the literal African savage, right? And this guy's huge. He's 6'5". He's gonna have a huge reach advantage. So, are you at all concerned that if Iwan Lava can't take this down to the mat, that Kenny's probably just going to out jab him, outstrike him, really use his range to frustrate a charging in Hulk? Or are you pretty bullish on the idea that Iwan does get this to the ground? Or is it possible that E1 knocks him out on the feet?
I'd be very surprised if E1 knocks him out on the feet, and I think Hulk has enough power in Hulk smashing this guy. Kendi is a big man, so he could be too big to take down. That's one thing. But Hulk is so strong, at least for one round. So if he should be able to get him down the first round. If he can't get him down the first round, I don't think he's getting him down at all. And I think Kennedy will get this easy, point fight, maybe even a KO, second or third round.
Yeah, I buy that, and for me, this one's tough. I've been, going back and forth. Minus 170 is Kennedy. Meanwhile, plus 145-ish is what you're getting for the Moldovan meat boy Iwan Laba, and 66%, pretty bullish just Tapology. Most is brown. They think that Kennedy will get that KO finish. 34%, however, rolling with Laba. Majority of it is brown as well. So I'm going to roll with you, meat. I wouldn't say it's the most confident of picks because I can see plenty of pathways for Kenny to get this one done, but hopefully E1 can just close the distance. It's in the apex, right? So maybe he'll be able to utilize the smaller cage to his advantage, take Kennedy down, and hopefully get a TKO KO down on the mat. There's a little slight sliver for that copper. If the submission is like plus 1,000, similar to some fighters from last week numbers, might check that out as well because E1 does have a little bit of ground skills that maybe he pulls off a yellow sub, but I'm with you, meat. I'm taking E1 by finish, but if he loses, is it off to BKFC?
I think it is. It's gotta be. Um, It's gonna be a brutal one to see my boy Hulk go, but if it's time, it's time. But yeah, throw in the comments who you got. You taking the African Savage, or you riding with the meaties, and you're taking the Hulk.